What is up, YouTube? This is EbMagician34, and I'm coming back at you with another episode of Theme Deck Thursday with Bolt Twister, with our loyal friend Galvantula and Feraligatr right behind. We'll go ahead and jump into it. I'm kind of sick, so I'm going to see if my voice can make it. As you may have noticed, I'm struggling, but I'm going to try. This is for everyone else. This isn't for me. This is for everyone else. If it was just for me, I would just shut up. Actually, that might be for everyone. We're going to keep going. Anyway. First thing we're going to do is we're going to pull one each of our basic energies, reducing us to 9 water and 4 electric. We got 2 Professor's Letter, and the only demand for electric in the deck is our 2 copies of Galvantula and our 1 Black Kyurem EX. So we definitely do not need a whole bunch of it. Galvantula only needs 1 apiece. We probably won't get more than 1 Galvantula up a game anyway. So we're quite fine pulling these because we got plenty of ways to draw and kind of accelerate through our deck. So this is going to help us keep from getting those thick energy hands. Oh, by the way, our 10 games, we had 8 wins, 1 loss, and 1 match where our opponent conceded, but easily would have had the match. Easily would have had the match if he hadn't conceded. So I kind of essentially count that as a loss. Because if we had been in a tournament, he would have had me for sure. So essentially 8 wins, 2 losses. Not bad. Not bad, but we're still not really quite there. I think a lot of it has to do with just the specific situations, and I've been playing it pretty well, but I think the deck is still kind of, to a degree, I've been getting lucky, I think, so I kind of want to tighten it up. Speaking of which, Potion is our next card that we're going to pull. This is the first week our pulls haven't been super, super easy. I haven't really had a complaint about Potion, but it's not really doing anything. I thought it would be a lot worse of a card, actually. This is why this is a learning experience for me, as well as for you guys watching it. I thought Potion would be trash, to be honest, but it's actually converted a surprising number of 2-hit KOs from our opponents into 3-hit KOs, buying an extra turn. So it's pretty good, but I think we can do a better, more efficient job of buying ourselves time than just with Potion. Speaking of cards that haven't really been bad, but I think we can do better, Tierno falls into that category. He has never really been a disappointment. But he doesn't draw as deeply as he might for being a supporter, and we can do better. We have cards that can do more functions than just drawing a little bit. So while he hasn't been bad, we can do better. This is where we're at the phase where the obvious pulls are gone, and it's now more a question of better rather than just okay. And on that note, we're also going to drop roller skates this week. The coin toss, while we've been getting a lot of good heads on this, I gotta admit, that's luck-based. And we can't count on luck to deliver us, especially not with 1 copy of roller skates. If we had a bunch, we could play the statistics and it would be better. But that's not the case when we've just got the 1 copy. It's real hit or miss. And once again, I think we can do better on consistency. But we can draw pretty well through our deck pretty efficiently now. So essentially we can take these 2 draw power cards that are kind of iffy, replace them with 1 solid one, and make room for a little bit more either acceleration for ourselves or ways to kind of control our opponent. So that said, those are our drops. So what we're going to add, first thing we're going to add is a 4th copy of N. We still have some games where we're taking a lot of hits early game, losing Pokemon quite quickly against some of our more aggressive opponents. And that's going to be an issue as we work our way into more competitive matches with this deck, which is what I'm trying to do. So, N is going to help us take advantage of that. It's going to still draw us pretty deep when we're not already winning, and it'll punish our opponents for taking those early, easy knockouts. And since we only have the 1 EX, it's going to be very easy for us to control that. They won't suddenly run away with the game on us by us feeding them a knockout or 2 when we're trying to kind of re-get on our feet and build up like a Feraligatr or something. So the 4th N is definitely going to be very useful to us, and that's our improved draw power that also offers us something else. It offers some control over our opponents. Despite our already pretty high Pokemon count, we are going to add 1 more Pokemon. We're going to add a 3rd Feraligatr, because one of my problems has been having to sacrifice Feraligatrs to Professor Sycamores, and we still have a fairly small number of Feraligatrs, just 2, and prizing can cause problems there, and Feraligatr is easily our win condition. No question. Black Kyurem EX has kind of not been as useful as we've gotten to more competitive opponents. I've kind of been ratcheting up our opponents slowly over time. So we definitely need this guy because, like I say, he is our win condition 9 times out of 10. We just need to tag everybody with a little bit of damage, and then that second strike is just knockout after knockout. And the 150 is pretty bulky. So we're definitely running in that third one, and this has kind of been something we knew from the start. And I'm going to run one rare candy instead of another Croconaw. Because this still means we have 3 Totodiles, 3 Feraligators, and 3 ways to build up the Feraligator. But rare candy is going to give us a little more speed. And realistically, the cool thing is, this guy attacks on turn 2, so we don't really need the Croconaw turn or anything like that to, buy us time or whatever. We don't need an intermediary phase. I can't talk, guys, sorry. We don't need an intermediary phase because 1 water and 1 DCE, 2 energy attachments, and we can attack. And Hyper Whirlpool is usually our first attack on an opposing Pokemon. So the rare candy is quite good. We may convert our Croconaws into rare candies later, or at least one of them into a rare candy. But that's going to be part of kind of finessing the deck out in these next couple of weeks. Now, that said, we got 2 more slots, and it basically came down for me to either Muscle Band or Enhanced Hammer. Because some matches we've wanted the Muscle Band. But honestly, the way this deck works is you want a little hit and you follow it up with a very big hit. So generally speaking, the Muscle Band hasn't been super necessary. While there have been matches we've kind of wanted it, we already have the offensive power when we need it. And the one continuing theme of the deck between Feraligatr and Galvantula, who are supposed to be sort of our representatives of the deck, the theme here is Disruption. And Trick Coin also kind of ties into that for Feraligatr and his Hyper Whirlpool, and we have used that to win a number of games. So keeping in the theme of the Bolt Twister deck as it was really kind of created, in my mind, we're going to go a Disruption route, and we're going to use Enhanced Hammer. Now we may convert, this is one of those things, this is what playtesting is really for. Enhanced Hammer is a guaranteed removal, and it protects us from among the most dangerous energies, like Double Colorless Energy, Rainbow Energy, Strong Energy, things that can represent very bad situations for us. But they don't touch basic energies, and against some opponents they won't be very useful, so we're going to kind of see if this is worth it or not. If not, next week these may turn into Crushing Hammers, and we may put in another Crushing Hammer, or even 2, to kind of give us a little more consistency with it, because slowing down our opponents is our path to victory in this deck. That's kind of how we go about it. So, because we sometimes have a little bit of a slow wind-up. So Enhanced Hammer supports that theme a little bit better, and we've already got our acceleration pretty set, and we don't need the damage, like I said, as much as we need the tempo generated by Enhanced Hammer. By slowing our opponent's tempo down, basically, it increases our own. So those are our additions, and we're going to see how that plays out. And next week, like I say, is going to be really fun, because that's when we start making those little fine-tuning adjustments that are going to really have a big impact on the deck's final performance and its final form. So, anyway, that's the deck for this week, and until next time, like, comment, subscribe, check out my channel for more videos, and if you want to find previous weeks of this deck and its Theme Deck Adventures, or you want to find later episodes after this one, because I don't know when you're watching this, it could be a long time in the future, I don't know. Either way, check out my channel and you will find a playlist of Theme Deck Thursday, and it will include all the episodes in order, so you can check those out too.